Shoplifting ain't against the law. I asked to buy Kool-Aid with food stamps, and y'all said you don't do that no more, but I gotta get my nails done.
I present to you your Greek soldier, ladies and gentlemen. July 17th. That's the official release date of the Odyssey. So we actually have some time before it's released. But leading up to that, the PR, at least from the regulars, the normies, it's not been good. Okay. We've had controversies over, hey, this is the feminist translation that Christopher Nolan says is his favorite, that he's based his film off of. We've had the casting controversies. Elliot Page is in there now, not playing Achilles, as was reported. It's just some other character, but still. Trans individual in your historical epic that you were apparently so concerned with authenticity, you didn't even want an orchestral score. But Elliot Page is there, 5'1", Elliot Page playing some Greek soldier. Okay. We also have Lupita Nyong'o, who a fine actress. I have nothing against her, but should she be playing Helen of Troy? Should she be playing Helen of Troy? And as people, we're going to get into the reception to this, but even if you do think that, hey, this is fine, let's have Black Helen of Troy. Is Lupita Nyong'o believable as the face that launched 1,000 ships? Like, I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm not saying I would be any better as Helen of Troy, but it's like, if you're playing a character whose claim to fame is being so beautiful that it's like literally still spoken about thousands of years later, like that's a high bar. Does Lupita Nyong'o fit that? Anyway, so it's just not been good. We also, I think last stream spoke about how leading up to the release, they've also chosen to forego the influencer screenings. Some films do this now. They'll, before the release, let some influencers come, watch it, build up hype. Instead of that, they're restricting screenings to like the access corporate media. So, Hollywood Insider, Variety, people who basically have an interest in saying good things to keep their access, but who also, tend to love anything the audience might hate simply for no other reason than maybe spite, and who also are going to be probably sympathetic to the ideological reasons why the feminist translation and the blackwashing have occurred. Simply to name a few reasons. So now we have the final trailer that has been released. And it's not good. Here, we'll look at it now. We'll watch it. I mean, I don't know how much we'll be able to watch at a time. I might have to pause it to avoid copyright issues, but it was released just a few days ago. 51,000 upvotes. Okay. 244,000 downvotes. That's crazy. That's crazy. If I had a film coming out, I would rather people just not watch the trailer rather than already hate it so much, have such a visceral negative reaction to it, they feel the need to downvote it. That's not good. Okay? That's not what you want for your movie. But it's like there are some scenes here that I want to highlight, but let's watch it together.
Odysseus. Don't you remember?
Okay, stop. First thing that's already been criticized is the color grading. When exactly did Hollywood become allergic to color? And we're not just talking about a regular film. This is supposed to take place on the Greek Isles. Like, people have compared what Greece actually looks like to what this movie looks like. Greece is colorful, vibrant. You got blue oceans. Why does this look like Fallujah? This is not appealing to the eyes. Okay, just so not a fan there. And also here we have Zendaya as, I believe, Athena. So I don't have anything against Zendaya. I think she's hyped up beyond what's probably warranted, but she's fine. As far as Hollywood actresses go, she's not nearly as insufferable as someone like Rachel Zegler or anything like that. But was she the right? Again, we're blackwashing not only Helen of Troy, but also now Athena. People are kind of down on the way Zendaya looks. I think she's pretty, but is she the right person to play a Greek goddess? I think that's fair. I think that's fair to ask. But also, in terms of age, this is a weird casting choice to me. I feel like if you're casting Athena, she should be, yes, very beautiful because she's a goddess, but also considering that she's the goddess of wisdom. Usually in films, when you have an Athena portrayal, it's by like a slightly older actress, maybe someone, mid 30s to mid 40s, young enough to still be considered attractive, but old enough where they could presumably and believably portray wisdom. I don't see that from Zendaya. Again, I'm not trying to be hateful. She's fine, but I think it's very fair to point out not every actress is suitable for every role. A conversation we'll also be getting into when it comes to the likes of Elliot Page and Lupita Nyong'o.
Thunder. Fire. Death.
Okay, just a reminder, if you're not familiar with what exactly the Odyssey is, after the Trojan War, it is the attempt of Odysseus to get back to Ithaca and his family. So this is kind of, I guess, portraying what happened to the Trojan War. And then we're going to be following Odysseus and him attempting to get home, which takes years and years and years. But yeah, just like no color. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I'm not a fan.
I remember a wife, a son, home.
It says from Christopher Nolan. Another thing that I'm not a fan of is the fact that they chose to have the actors use American accents. In this, usually, traditionally speaking, anytime you have a period piece, if it's in English, obviously a lot of these stories wouldn't be speaking English, but they choose to have the actors use a British accent because it's seen as, more traditional. I agree with that choice. It's very jarring to me, at least, to see a period piece with American actors, or at least people using American accents. I don't think it matches. I don't know if you guys saw what The Eagle was, that Roman period piece with, I think, like Channing Tatum or something. They also use American accents, and it's jarring. Yo, I'm a Roman. No, you're not. I mean, you're obviously not, but this really just takes me out of it.
Ithaca's a kingdom waiting for a king.
My dad is coming home.
You're pining for a daddy you didn't even know.
You're pining for a daddy you didn't even know. Okay, so all the American accent defenders in the chat, does that sound like a line that belongs in the Odyssey? You're pining for a daddy you didn't even know. Okay, and so here we have Odysseus' son, I think Telemachus. That's Spider-Man. Why can't I think of his name? Oh my goodness. Why can't I think of his name? Tom Holland. Thank you. Tom Holland. The suitor, whose name I can't remember, that's Robert Pattinson, who's for some reason has lines involving the word daddy. And then Penelope, Odysseus's wife, Anne Hathaway. Yeah, Peter Parker.
Like some sniveling bastard.
Ithaca's king is coming back.
Bringing vengeance.
It just all looks so gray.
It all.
I could take the throne.
They're not giving up power to you or Odysseus. Do you think life goes back to the way it was?
Oh, so with Anne Hathaway here, she's a great actress, but some people are pointing out that she kind of is suffering from Botox face here. Not a lot of movement in the brows. And obviously she's supposed to be distressed in this scene, but it's just kind of like, I understand it's a double-edged sword. If you're an actress, you want to look your best, but ultimately your job is to portray emotion. So yeah, she looks great, especially for her age, but it's just, it would be hard to pinpoint what her emotion was supposed to be from the scene without the dialogue.
That world is gone. If he returned, he'd have to kill him, like you will.
The infamous "let's go" scene. I'm sorry, I cannot get on board with the American accents, with the modern language, with the Odyssey. I'm not about that, especially when you're keeping the setting. It's not even like this is a modern retelling. It's just you're keeping the setting in ancient Greece, supposedly, but like, let's go. I don't see it. No idea if the movie will be a disaster or not, but amount of energy people seem to be putting on into hating on it beforehand seems a bit performative. Want to watch an actual good movie based on the Odyssey? Should check out The Return that came out a year ago with Ralph Fiennes as Odysseus. So, I mean, I think it's just fatigue, right? I mean, this is a movie that Hollywood has spent hundreds of millions of dollars on, and so it's not really performative. It's just this is a big cultural thing with one of the best received directors of the modern era. He has chosen seemingly to torpedo the project with bad choices.
Let's speak in ways we understand.
Who doesn't understand pain? Or blood?
Okay, so hang on, pause right here. Here we have a look at what's it? Lupita Nyong'o, Helen of Troy, the face that launched 1,000 ships. Okay, so this is okay, slightly unflattering still. Doesn't get better. Is it?
Blood.
I'm sorry, no. And I'm not trying to be rude, but it's like it's fair to say, hey, there were probably even better Black actresses that you could have chosen for this role. What is going on? If I'm paying like $20-some to see a movie, about Helen of Troy, the most beautiful woman, I shouldn't have to be the one doing the acting, watching Lupita Nyong'o in the role. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. Not the right choice. They were kind of setting her up, honestly, to take crap by putting her in this role. You knew people would say something. All right.
The gods.
And then here we have Elliot Page. Elliot Page as Sinon. So this Greek soldier that wasn't mentioned by Homer, but was mentioned in other versions. So Elliot Page is in this film. And here's the thing. Have you guys heard Elliot Page's male voice? Have you heard it? Let's look it up. Because again, we shouldn't have to be the ones doing the acting. Okay, we're supposed to be immersed in the world of, I don't know, ancient Greece. We have like this historical battle. I don't think I should have to be kind of acting like this is legitimate.
Getting out of the shower and the towels around your waist and you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're just like, there.
I present to you your Greek soldier, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and this is her voice after transition.
And an enjoyable watch.
So for Drew, why tell the story?
Succinct and an enjoyable watch.
So for
there's flattering casting and then there's just lack of believability. But I'm sorry. Elliot Page is not convincing as a biological male, i.e. a male. And so casting him as a Greek soldier, I don't know. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what kind of DEI bucks Christopher Nolan was trying to get. But this is ridiculous. Keep in mind, Elliot Page is 5'1". 5'1". Did they borrow children's armor? It needed to be specially made, like for sure. It's not like, was this the one that Matt Damon was wearing or Elliot Page? I'm not sure. My goodness.
I told you.
Then I defied the gods.
In 2 weeks. Epic.
Right. The Odyssey. Okay, so I mean, I think the marketing people are trying to do the best they can. That's what I think. All of the dialogue also that was included, corny, unbelievable, not a lot of emotion there. We'll see. Maybe I'm just being a hater. We're going to go see this film. I'm happy to be corrected, honestly. I want this movie to actually be good because I'm probably going to have to spend like 3 hours watching it. Face that emptied 1,000 seats. Oof, that's a good one, though. I'm surprised they forgot the rap music. Oh, yeah. Apparently, Travis Scott is also in this film, like as a bard, because rap is like that's the modern equivalent of being a bard, being a rapper, according to Christopher Nolan. The Odyssey Downtown LA edition. You know what? Props to them for keeping the comments open. There is courage in that, if nothing else. Yeah, peak Hollywood garbage. So you know what? I will say though, I was like reserving seats for Papa Chen and I to see this, like one of the first showings, if not the first showing that we could see. And it was pretty full. You know, I mean, it's a like Thursday afternoon. People presumably would have work, but it was pretty full, much fuller than the cinema when we went to go see Supergirl. So based on that very scientific standard, I think if nothing else, this film will perform better than Supergirl for whatever that's worth. James Smith, 1,000 on Twitch. Who did Christopher Nolan make this for? I don't think the woke DEI crowd is the story's target demo. I don't know. It's an action film. So overwhelmingly, your audience is men. Casting Lupita Nyong'o as the most beautiful woman in the world. Okay. Yeah. But it's not a good idea to have woke social justice warriors be your target demo for anything because they're like 5 people. And so if you're trying to make money, no, not a good move. Okay, so let's look at the reception on social media. Yeah, the Odyssey trailer draws massive dislikes over casting backlash. That's for sure. So, adult humor on X. If they wanted a black Helen of Troy, they should have cast Natalie Emmanuel. So if you don't know who Natalie Emmanuel is, she is the actress who played Missandei on Game of Thrones, and she is beautiful. So that's the thing. Not only did they choose to blackwash the character, they also chose someone who is not necessarily what I would imagine is like most people's ideal for beauty. Not that she's not good looking, but again, Helen of Troy, most beautiful woman like ever. Yeah, they could have done better. They could have done way better. And so the memes with Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy have been cruel yet funny, as they often are. This AI video. I mean, the AI is really taking the meme game to the next level, I have to say.
I didn't do nothing. Shoplifting ain't against the law. I asked to buy Kool-Aid with food stamps, and y'all said you don't do that no more, but I gotta get my nails done.
Disavow. The memes are good. Okay, Samuel Jackson is Helen of Troy. Another photo of Lupita Nyong'o. Christopher Nolan wants you to believe that this is the face the Greeks and the Trojans went to war over. Yeah. Homer Pavlos, I'm guessing is Greek. I mean, name like that. This is the most embarrassing moment in cinema history. 106,000 dislikes. Oh, it's much more now. Chris Nolan did everything he could to destroy his career. He will be remembered as a weak man. Okay, so here we have like image of Elliot Page and Lupita Nyong'o side by side. A reasonable minimum standard for Achilles and Helen is he should be at least able to kill me, and I should at least be willing to F her. And they failed at both. Oh gosh. Like that, I feel like I'm having a better time reading people roast it than I will actually have seeing this movie. Helen of Troy in 2004 versus Helen of Troy in the Odyssey in 2006. Like, I feel like that comparison, it's worth a conversation as to where we are in a society. Just saying. So YU on X, Nolan built his entire reputation on obsessive historical and visual authenticity. Dunkirk, Oppenheimer, every frame researched to death, and then Helen of Troy, a figure explicitly rooted in ancient Greek civilization, gets cast without any consideration for that same authenticity, for the same authenticity he applies to everything else. It just reads inconsistent, not racist, inconsistent. And for Nolan specifically, inconsistency is the one thing nobody expected. And then, yeah, like, could you imagine if they had at least cast Missandei? I think there would be less of a backlash. Still backlash, but I think safe to say less.